Okay, good evening, everyone. Hope you all have had a fantastic week. My head's crooked. What the hell? Hope you guys are doing well. I have had it's been an interesting and busy week. I actually was unable to do any filming this week. Hey Jade, great to see you. Angela, good to see you. By the way, I love that greeting at the top. Got my hat, don't worry. Um, Oscar, good to see you as well. So I wasn't able to really get any filming done this week. Where we're living, they're having construction. There was hammering, and it was just awful. But I have been catching up on some ritual work, some paperwork. I used the time to do some other things. I did go ahead and start the full 90 to rest of the year carnivore that I mentioned. Members, the reason you all didn't see any updates is I couldn't film. My phone actually picks up more noise than even the mic here, so that made it like even doing shorts became a problem. Um, However, supposedly, hopefully, that is done. Hopefully, all they got to do is clean up Monday and we're good to go. But that being said, I can say this week has been tremendous as far as that particular thing has gone. There's some really cool things I plan to be sharing because I've had a lot of people say that they can't do carnivore because they like sauces. I'm kind of the same way, but I've actually tinkered with and found a wonderful carnivore sauce that works, and there's different ways to use it and everything for different levels of carnivore. So hopefully I'll be sharing that with you all some point on the channel, either in a short video or something. But so far, success. I am just going down, down, down nicely and steadily, which is making me happy. And I'm feeling a lot better with a lot more energy, also making me happy. Maria, good to see you. Creator, good to see you. Vitki, welcome. My week went well. Good to hear. Good to hear. Helheim's a lovely place. Um, back. Yeah, Drake has his coffee. Yes, I do. I got my coffee here in my Outlaw mug, which reminds me, if you guys are looking for a nice soap or something, check out Outlaw Soaps. Jade, if you can, find the link and drop it here so people can use it. It helps to support the channel, and they'll also give you a discount with the coupon code Working Dragon Mystic. And they now have shampoo. They actually have shampoo now for those who've been wondering if they do. They officially do have shampoos now. So, GK, good to see you. Dragon of the West, welcome. Hope as well. Hey guys. Hey, Drake finally caught a look. Hey, Lunafang, glad you can make it. Glad you can make it. Always good to see when people can make the live streams. So, I'll admit I'm a little perturbed because I'm feeling like I'm behind on the evocation course because I missed a whole week of filming. I had everything set up and ready to go and wasn't able to do it. And many of you know I'm outlining a shadow work path working to record as well. So both of those are being delayed due to the construction. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. But that's okay. Uh, let's see what else. Also, we're getting ready for spooky season, which weirdly, I am that guy who I've lost my love for spooky season because it's just no fun. Like they've nerfed it to the ground. You can't get in trouble. You can't go out. You can't do anything. They've just put it in like a padded room with bubble wrap, and you can't have fun with it no more. But at the same time, it's also when doing what I do, it's when I get the busiest. So bear with us on those things as well. Hopefully, everyone has a wonderful spooky season. We've got a few roundtable topics me and some of the admin have been discussing that we're wanting to get going and get uploaded and see if we can shoot those. So yeah, we have a lot of busy things coming. And okay, everyone, if you are here, by the way, give us a like, hit that thumbs up. It helps the channel a lot. Great way to support us. Also, if you have a question or you just want to do a super chat, hit that as well for $5 or more. Whether you have a question or no question, you're entered in a weekly spell working. And if you really want to support the channel, we do have channel memberships and a Patreon where you can sign up. I bring that up because the channel members and Patreon got early notice and early access to a live workshop that will be taking place over at workingdragonmystic.com at the online school on kitchen magic. It is a really, really detailed kitchen magic live workshop that we will be having over there later this month. Seats are limited, so if you are interested, be sure to sign up. Otherwise, if you miss the signups, you're going to have to wait until the next time it comes around. Jade is going to be hosting it. So, Jade, you're going to have to answer this for me. Is it going to be recorded and have like 1 week's worth of replay time? Because I usually record them, and then if you miss it for some reason, if you purchase your seat, at least you can watch it. So I don't know if she's planning to record it with that week or not. Here's the link to the. Oh, there's the link to the online school. Even better. Thank you, Jade. And yes, it will be recorded and have 1 week extra. Okay, so even if you can't make the actual date and you reserve your seat to the workshop, you can still watch the replay for 1 week after. Or even if you show up, you still have the replay so you can take notes, which is kind of my big thing. I love being able to watch the replay and take notes and pause and rewind just for my own note-taking sake. I am not the fastest note taker. So y'all have been asking us to get those going again, and Jade definitely got a great one up and coming. So check it out if you are interested in kitchen magic, especially with the holiday season coming up, all the food, all the festivities. Great time to get started in it. All right, let's see if we got anything floating around here. There's the discount code. There's the outlaw link. Please do use it. It helps the channel as well as get you some really great soaps. I actually use that. That's the only reason I do talk about them is it is actually the soap I use daily. I love it. I fell in love with it. Creator, hey Drake, I was always taught alchemy is made within the laws of reality, like transmuting iron to gold, and magic is like the ability to defy the laws of reality. Is that true? No, that's actually technically not true. So you do have different variants of alchemy. Alchemy is actually one of the things that gave us access to modern medicine, modern chemistry, a lot of the sciences. But there's also a spiritual and internal alchemy that is talked about in the alchemical text as well. You see this in things like dragon alchemy, where you do work on the self and you create changes in the self. In fact, the Philosopher's Stone wasn't really supposed to turn iron into gold. Many alchemists are actually referenced as being that was the scam they used to get nobility to fund their research. And magic does actually have limitations into how it functions. It does follow certain laws. Not all the laws it follows are limited to the physical plane, but it still does follow laws. Which is interesting you bring that up because someone was asking about the 28 laws of magic earlier in the Gilded. Those 28 laws, many of you know, I've worked with them for years. I always test them and try them and, put weight against them because and they always seem to come and pan out. Always, every time. And actually, that's one of the things I'm wanting to, well, we'd probably have to do more than one roundtable on the 28 laws. But I would like to do a roundtable concerning these because they are such a fascinating topic. And it's one that in modern day magic, the way it's been watered down and fluffed and accountability, responsibility, all these things are thrown out for this concept that I just do whatever I want with no consequences. Yeah, no one talks about it anymore, which is a sad thing because the modern mentality has led to a complete lack of results, which is why so many people that message me all the time talking about why they do enjoy this channel. There's got to be somebody out there other than me talking about this. Well, I know a few, but so there is actually some magic itself isn't fully based within the physical. That is true, but it does follow laws. Alchemy follows similar laws. And alchemy, like magic, has a process within the physical realm as well as outside the physical realm. Because alchemy is quite literally where we gained modern sciences from, but it was only one branch of alchemy, if that helps a little bit. You already have your costume. Awesome. I have no idea if I'm going to do anything this season. I really don't. Luna Fang, hey, YouTube question. I'm starting out being a YouTuber. How do you get over shyness? Um, I don't know. The way I did it is I just jumped in there, bit the bullet, and did it. Like if you go check out my early videos, you'll see me. I'm like, and I'm just like, I'm talking. I'm trying to get through the video. I'm trying to give the information. Um, I even have a little like bullet point in front of me, and there was a lot more editing in the beginning because I was trying to make everything so perfect that when I forgot something, I had to look down at the bullet point, come back up, and then I'd have to edit that look down out. And you can tell I'm very, very stiff. I'm very, very nervous, and I am terrified of the camera. I still am afraid of cameras. Cameras still bug me. Like the hardest part of what I do right now is turning that camera on. That's why I fell in love with batch filming, because once I set everything up, once I start filming, I just go with the momentum of it and I can get several things filmed, as opposed to like that dread. I've had it literally just, it's like I can find anything but turning that camera on to do. Um, it's hard. And the best thing I can tell you in all honesty is to just start doing it. Make yourself turn that camera on, make yourself film the video, make yourself talk. Um, and work on being yourself. Okay. Now, many of you who've talked to me outside YouTube videos and whatnot, you know that I cuss like a sailor outside of YouTube. Technically, doing what I'm doing, I have to skew the profanity down because this channel's for a lot of people. I'm trying to reach as many people as possible. I can do that. I do that when I go to my mom's. I don't cuss around my mom and stuff. I have respect and manners. I have been taught that. So I use that same mentality on YouTube videos, but that same thing, I'm still me. The Drake you see here is the Drake in real life. I'm not apologetic. I'm not really a feelings guy. Like, if you ask me a question, I will answer it honestly to the best of my ability, even if I think it's going to hurt your feelings, because you asked me a question. I'm not going to lie to you to spare your feelings. Uh, so this is why people think I'm an asshole too. But that authenticness is one of the things that really draws people to this channel. They know who I am. I don't hide that I'm Southern. I don't hide that I have a very deep love of redneck culture that I grew up in. I don't try to put myself on a pedestal to be something I'm not. In fact, I keep telling people I don't view myself as a master or any of these things that people try to like. I don't like it when you email me and say Master Drake. I hate that. I hate it. Please don't do that. Just call me Drake, because I'm still learning. We're all still learning. We may be at different levels, but we are still on the path and still learning. But be authentic. That way, the people will find you. That way, the people who are looking for you will find you. Even though we don't talk about religion and politics on here, there's a lot of people who come here who can't go to other channels because of those very topics, weirdly enough. They lack that honesty. They lack that um, polished, softened take on things. They lack that open honesty of discussion. Is it for everybody? No, it's not. And for those people, there's plenty of channels out there. But for the people who do like it, hey, here's Drake. So be authentic, be honest with your audience about that. Also, seriously, being honest makes the videos that much easier. Like if you watch my earlier videos, I was really trying to make sure I speak clearly. I was trying to enunciate things better. I was trying to slow down. I was trying to read the script, and I tried to push a lot of my Southern twang and Southernisms to the side, thinking people couldn't understand what I was saying. My videos actually got better when I stopped doing that crap and just let my normal accent and everything just kind of flow. Hope that helps a little. Let's see. Uh, See, Vicky, have you ever worked with Artemis? She reached out to me through my comag while I was talking to her. She suddenly had deer antlers and said they're not hers, but Artemis was getting my attention. Yeah, I've worked with Artemis in the past. It has been a while. I enjoyed working with her. I know she gets a lot of crap for like being a man-hating kind of deity. And granted, she is on the grumpy side occasionally with guys, especially if you're disrespectful. But when you're respectful, I've never had an issue with it. Like when I'll be honest, she's never actually gotten grumpy with me. I know a few people they have, and every one of them, when I talked to them and heard about the conversations, honestly, I would have punched them, and she was just grumpy. So I'm going to have to say she's got more patience than me. But yeah, I enjoyed working with Artemis. I'm always careful when I started getting into magic. I was like, ooh, this is big. I better be responsible. Well, there is a responsibility that comes with it. That is for sure. A lot of people think it's just all fun and games and nothing else. But yeah, I mean, there is a responsibility. And a little bit of caution is good, and especially at the beginning, learning your foundational skills. And even in advanced years, it's still good to be cautious. You can get yourself in trouble. The creator, I will be at a Ren Fair on October 28th to 29th. I'm going to do some rituals for me to solidify my long-term goals and short-term goals. Nice, nice. Oh, fall Ren Fair. That sounds so nice. So nice. All the Ren Fairs I know of, they always do them freaking August when it's hot. I'm going to send a letter. Do it in fall where it's cool. That'd be so amazing. Bornaldus, hey mate, glad you can make it. See what else we got here. Oh, we crapping up. To do things. Whether let's see. I'm trying new things. You got this. Whether okay, yep, okay. You're those trying new things. Indeed. Let's see. Goldman, thanks, Angela. Maria, good to see you. Doo-doo-doo. Just started a second edition D&D. Second ed. Ah, the good old days. I remember that. I remember when it was current. Oh, enjoy. Holy Garden Angel, good to see you. See, Angela Hare gets that rap, but I have found she just doesn't dislike anybody else, just dislikes rude, respectful, toxic individuals. That is true. Hera's another one that gets that rap. And it's weird, a lot of these entities getting these reputations, because like I've never heard a guy actually walk up to me and say, talk about Hera negatively. Every guy I've ever heard talk about Hera has talked very positively about her. It's always the women that want to paint Hera and these other entities as man-haters, which baffles me. I always assumed it would be the other way around, because even before I got to Magic and even before I worked with them, I figured, well, I mean, just generally speaking, usually if something's flipped and, complaining about disliking someone, in my experience, usually it's the person who's blaming the entity of dislike that's usually the problem. So you would expect it to be the men, but I haven't met one in all these years yet. I'm sure they're out there. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure they're out there. So that's always been a fascinating factor. But you are correct. These entities get a reputation that honestly isn't really too deserved, which is one reason I tell people, you know what, do your research, sure, but always approach them respectfully, kindly, and with manners, and develop that one-on-one relationship without thinking about how the myths or even other people have talked about. You'd be surprised what you can learn that way. And to be fair, I mean, when it comes to disrespectful, toxic people, I'm kind of in the chuck them out the window kind of category. I ain't got time for them. Let's see here. Oh, crap, we jumped. Let's see. Approach with respect and usually. Yep, you are correct. Respect is such a valuable thing. It's a shame so few people have it. Yeah, it does. Thanks. My biggest insecurity is my voice. Oh dear God, I know what you mean. It Hearing your own voice is weird because to you, your voice is rattling around in your skull. So your skull is actually altering your voice from the way it's actually being projected into a room. So we never hear our voice the way other people hear our voice. So when we hear our recorded voice and it ain't bouncing around in our skull because of all the vibrations, it sounds different. And that is one of the things that it to this day it's hard. I hate editing because of it. I know so many people who love my voice and everything else, and I get that, but it's just so weird to hear me. All I can say is you get used to it slowly because after all these years, I'm still getting used to it. Many of the people in the Gilded will, yeah, I complain about editing all the time. Plain and simple. um, let's see. Holy Guardian Angel, can you work with light and dark dragons if you are calling the elemental dragons while circle casting? What would happen? Okay, the light and dark dragons and their rulers are part of the higher elemental rulers category, those higher elements. Um, so if you are just working with the four lower rulers, the answer would be no, because light and dark doesn't actually fall into those two categories. So if you're interested in light and dark dragons, make sure you're working on Dragon Magic 101, 102, and keep your eyes out for 103, because those are the first two elements that actually take place in 103. So yeah, the lower rulers not going to do anything. And as far as a circle of protection or anything, it will do bupkis against any dragon. Dragons literally can ignore and consume energy. So whether it's a spell, whether it's a protection circle, it doesn't matter. It's useless against them. Um, and if you're not, yeah, you're just asking for trouble if you tried it. Um, that's why the non-rulers actually had me to promise to remove the information on those upper rulers until the tools to work with them were made available. Um, I'm hoping that means that when 103 comes out, I can start releasing videos on them here on YouTube because I really love those rulers. Um, I'm hoping. I'm allowed to hope. I don't know how they're going to rule it because out of respect and everything they've taught me and everything they've given and helped, I'm going to show respect back to them because that's a fair request that they made. But till then, I got to respect their request. But yeah, there was a lot of people getting in a lot of trouble for doing things that they were told not to, but they also didn't have the tools, so they figured they'd try other things, and it just blew up in their face. Let's see. Universer, I think if I mispronounce that, I apologize. Wanting to research dragons some more so I can start working with them at some point. What books would you recommend personally? Honestly, personally, I have not found any good books for dragon magic or dragons that would actually help you, in all honesty. Um, your best bet and cost efficient, I don't know what your finances are like, but this day and age, everybody's a little tight. Honestly, go to the online school link at workingdragonmystic.com. Dragon Magic 101 is honestly the best place to get started. That way you can learn directly from the dragons with a co-magician and a guardian and begin to work with those four rulers, begin to learn their energy, the different rituals, spells, tools, all this stuff is included in that. Um, the best book series out there, which unfortunately most people actually say is almost useless, is DJ Conway's books, where she done 3 books, and the order don't even make sense of them. And the only one that I would actually recommend if you wanted them would be Mystical Dragon Magic, because Dancing with Dragons, she lays out one process, then in Mystical, she resets the process, reworks it, entirely shuffles it, so that Dancing with Dragons is basically thrown out the window in the second book. And then the third book is kind of a simplified rehash of Dancing with Dragons with a few other things added. And every one of her books, because of her publisher, she wasn't even able to publish it in the exact way that she wanted it. Um, and she's actually one of the ones who encouraged me so heavily to not go through a publisher and to self-publish so that I could publish without having to change any of the things that her and I had discussed. And those books would run you, I think, new, they're anywhere from $15 to $25 a piece, depending on where you get them. Whereas Dragon Magickal 101 has more information than all three of those books combined and runs you $30 straight up. So that would be my answer to your question, mate. Let's see. We jumped again. Crap. Let's see. Where am I? Crap. Oh well. We'll just start here. Hello, Drake. I haven't been on the site in a while. What's up tonight? Went off the grid for a while from some deep dark shadow work with Azazel. Hey, Kevin, welcome back. Good to see you. Oh yeah, you gotta love that shadow work with Azazel. It is therapeutic and it really builds a person up as long as they're honest with themselves through it. Hopefully, you're honest because man, that crap sucks if you try to lie to yourself or him. Not that you can lie to him, but if you try, yeah, it's worse. Anyways, welcome back, mate. Okay, let's see. Let's see, Vicky. I also want to ask my co-manager about her own appearance. She said that dragons change their appearance all the time. Yes, that is true. Dragons are not hard locked into a certain appearance. That's why if you watch, I actually did a video on what does the color of a dragon means. It means nothing, nothing. People try to put meaning to things that just don't. Dragons can change their color. They can change their shape. They can change their appearance. They can change their horns. They can change their teeth, their scales. They are not hard fixed into an appearance. As well, to be truthful, no entity in the multiverse outside the physical realm is. And even on the physical realm, we've found ways to change our appearance: spray tans, haircuts, hair dye. Um, you know, we found it. Tattoos. So, clothes. Yeah, they can change their appearance just as easy as we change shirts. Oscar, if dragons eat energy, aren't other entities nervous about them hanging around? Um, no, not really. I mean, we're talking about energy that, yes, they can eat it, they can even ignore it, but you don't harm an ally. And that's one of the things. Dragons are very helpful. There's, like I said, there's no one in the multiverse that I've found that dragons don't work with. They're not going to turn on an ally. Now, at the same time, if you were to turn on a dragon, would they use this ability as a combat tool against you? Probably. I know I would. Um, I I know I would absolutely. Whether or not they might be better than me in that concept. They might use many other tactics before they ever got there. But no, other entities aren't worried about it. Um, let's see. Did you win the lottery? I don't play the lottery, so you can't win it if you don't play it. Never have played it, actually. Well, no, I can't say never because there was a way back before I practiced Magic in my youth, around 18, 19-ish era, where I was sent to buy a ticket from my mom, and then out of just shits and giggles, I bought a ticket. Um, Technically, I won $50 off that ticket, so by that definition, I won the lottery. But no, I don't play the lottery. I don't worry about the lottery. If you follow my, if you've checked out my financial magic or prosperity playlist, um, there's far more reliable and useful prosperity magics than trying to win a lottery. I mean, it's been proven. You can take someone, they can win the lottery, and if they have no concept of financial knowledge or how to utilize it, they're going to be broke. So no, I don't play the lottery, nor am I interested in it. I'm actually more interested in building something that if I sit at home and do nothing, it continues to make money instead of just having this in the bank and watching it tick down as I grow older. I want something that sits here and makes its own money. And that's what I've used my magic to build, which has been really handy with this current economy. Let's see. And that's true. They won't harm you as long as you are respectful. And honestly, the harm they would do, I mean, unless you do something really bad. Like I could see if you attacked a hatchling, like if you genuinely attacked with the intent to harm or kill a hatchling, I don't know a single dragon in the multiverse that would have mercy on you. They're just uber protective of their young. But it would have to be with the intent. Like if you accidentally did something, they're a bit more understanding, but they're also very protective of the hatchlings. So the hatchlings aren't in a place where you can accidentally hurt them. So, but yeah, otherwise dragons aren't going to hurt you unless you do something to deserve it. Pretty straightforward on that one. Um, I mean, and there's different entities that have different abilities that would, in some view, especially from a human point of view, create disparities. And their allies and or enemies. That's just the way the multiverse works. And you can see this in many different pantheons. The Fae Queens, for example, they definitely sit aside in a very special position outside other entities and even deities. Um, in fact, every deity from Odin, Ra, Zeus, all of them, they fear those queens for how they may lash out, for their power, for their abilities, for the ways they're able to manipulate things, because they can manipulate things even those that we would call gods ourselves can't manipulate. But they also make allies of these entities so that those abilities wouldn't technically be used against them. Let's see. Angela, who the heck? There are a lot of edge lord dipwads that will absolutely try to. They claim going around the astral and slaying dragons. Anybody on here knows that's bullshit. And they will gloat about eating hatchlings in the astral, slaying them and roasting them on a spit. There are these little edge lords twits that know nothing about magic and make such claims. And yeah, they're just trying to put a feather in their hat, and they don't realize how dumb they look in that. Let's see. As I stated earlier in the stream, MK, color means nothing. Color means absolutely nothing. There are some commonalities, like you may see a color more common in certain elements, but it's not a requirement. It doesn't, even if it's that color, it doesn't mean it. Like you will see fire engine red water dragons. You will see water dragons that actually have fire flame patterns on their scales. So everybody's like, why would it have a flame pattern? It freaking wants to. Color means nothing. A lot of people wanting to sell correspondence tables, they'll tell you differently, but they're trying to sell correspondence tables. I have heard of Creepy Hollow spirit keeping before. I've looked into a few of their items, and the items that I saw personally were empty, dead empty. So I'm not going to say they're a full scam. All I can say is the items that I know people who have them, they were just an item. They weren't nothing. It's not something I've looked too far into, honestly, beyond those. I want to say somewhere between 9 and 15 items that I was able to get a look at. which is a considerable amount, really, if you think about it. But at the same time, like all my students, I teach them how to do things and work with entities directly to the point where there would be no reason for you to go pay someone else to find a random spirit or something, stick it in there, and then you purchase it and hope it works. That that's just honestly, yeah, I wouldn't pay for it. Even if they were legit, I wouldn't. I would definitely not do it personally, even if they're legit. But that's just my 2 cents. And I know there's a lot of people whose practices differ, and that's fine and dandy. So if you're interested in it, you're going to have to try it yourself. All I can go is with the, like I said, 9 or 15 items that I did have the opportunity to examine and look at. Um, One mage I did speak to said he did see one of their products that had some energy to it, but he dubbed it more of a thought form or servitor that was created, not a real spirit or entity. I wasn't there. I didn't see the item. I just have to go by what he said. That's why I didn't include it in the 9 or 15 that I said that I've looked at, because I wasn't there. I never got to see the item he's talking about. So at least in that case, if we include it in the sample, then it seems like even that one was more of a servitor that was created by the magician as opposed to an actual entity. So, that's the nature of this. You got a lot of people out there that are selling a lot of scams, though. You absolutely do, without a doubt. And that's why I generally tell people don't do it. Learn to do the magic for yourself. Don't rely on someone else. Um, let's see. Yeah, I just make dolls. Yep, Angela makes dolls all the time for herself. Da, 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 da. And have either that spelling or the way I'm saying it, my name is not registering. I don't think I. So I'm gonna have to say no on that one. Said he. Apologize on that one. Again, I'm not a know-it-all mage. I will share what I know. I will share my experiences, but I don't know it all. There's plenty of stuff out there I don't know. Um, let's see. Let's see. Should I toss a recommended how to make vessel in the gilded? I'm not sure I understand the question there. Though I may actually add a vessel work to the evocation course. That'd actually be a really good thing. I actually, you know what? I'm going to add vessel work to the evocation course. Yeah, I'm going to add vessel work to the evocation course. Because that's an even better way to stop the scammers. It's like, hey, you want to learn to do it for yourself? Here's this thing. You're going to learn how to find spirits. You're going to learn how to talk to spirits. You're going to learn how to work with spirits. And if you really want to, down here toward the more advanced stuff, we're going to talk about vessel work. So yeah, absolutely. So that's actually great. Do I have to? I don't think it's on the list. It might already be on there though. Drake, how about you tell us about your dragons that you can share, like a nice experience you had with them, if you want to, of course. Well, yeah, sure. So I'm not gonna lie. One of the um these days, I'm a pretty simple guy. I do my research, I do my rituals, I have a few hobbies. Um, and I'm working on getting in shape and my health and everything. Um, but I'm also forgetful. It's very easy for me to dive into work, research, or ritual and forget to do things like go for a walk, work out, and stuff like that. So, but I always got music playing. Like it's habitual for me to turn on a playlist. Now you got to understand, my guardian dragons are little pranksters. I love them to death. And one of my playlists has Eye of the Tiger on it. And that playlist came on, it was playing, I'm doing my work, and it was hour and a half to 2 hours past when I was supposed to work out. And in their loving way to remind me to work out, um, they altered my playlist, people. They literally altered the playlist to the point where instead of Eye of the Tiger playing, Weird Al Yankovic's Rye or the Kaiser came on. Now, for anybody who wasn't alive in the 90s, doesn't know this song, it is literally a parody of Eye of the Kaiser or Eye of the Tiger. Only the opening line is fat and weak, what a disgrace. And I'm just sitting here working, and it came on, and I was like, and immediately they just start snickering and laughing and rolling. And it's like, all right, got it. So I was able to pause everything, get up, go work out, get showered and everything. It was. And it was actually so bad that I actually had to go into my playlist and re-alter the song. I had to take Weird Al's off and put Eye of the Tiger back on. So it wasn't like even a weird glitch. Like they went in and changed that crap on me. So they will do stuff like that. They've also, like, we've cooked together to the point where they will create like a little cooking area when I'm cooking, which is kind of cute. But for me, my personal favorite is when we actually are cooking together. Like they will genuinely be making suggestions and things that I could do with different things, or they'll bring things to my attention to look at and read and learn. And those are the things to me that I love the most, because at this point they've been around so long, they're family. They really are. But those are the things that matter to me most. Like, is it great that we can do magic together and rituals, and they're there to help me and teach me and help me shape my life? Absolutely. But those things don't matter as much as that genuine, true, deep friendship, which makes those mundane things mean so much more. Let's see. That was a good question. Good question, though. All right. A little slow in here. No problem. Let's see. Scroll up a little bit. Also, do remember, just a reminder, we do have channel memberships and Patreon if you want to help support the work we do. We are trying to keep the cost down on everything that we're doing, including over at the school, but prices are going up freaking everywhere. We are trying to stick with what we commit to as making everything affordable to normal people, none of this $300 stuff. So your support definitely helps us in that endeavor, as well as get plenty of free content here on YouTube. Let's see. See, wait, I'm not the only one that play. What? No, apparently not. Apparently they have learned that, well, all entities know music is a very powerful thing, memories and emotions, and it can draw things up. So it's no surprise they would use it. I just didn't think they would freaking mess with my Amazon Music playlist to that extent. Like, I thought it was a glitch until I realized they literally changed the playlist. Also, at least they have a good taste in music, right? But I hadn't heard that song in years when it played. But it, like, boy, I knew it the moment I heard it. Got the point across. Definitely got the point across. Let's see. I love it when you bring up something that happened to me too. It really proves it's real. Yeah, that's one reason I do try to share so much about my practice and my life, no matter how mundane it may seem, because there's a lot of things in a lot of people's lives when they're interacting with entities that it's actually far more common than you might think, but no one wants to talk about it. Or YouTubers and people who's trying to put up these channels, they're trying to, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. I don't ever make a mistake. I'm perfect. Here's what we're going to do. Let me tell you how it is. This is how it's going to work. And this is the only way it works. I hate that crap. I really hate that crap. um, so I'm a big believer if you bring it back to just a very human element, if you will, that almost like bring it back to just the family, that just really interacting with the relationship and the people and normal everyday life. I think that's where the greatest power of magic actually does manifest, truly. Um, because those small things add up very, very, very quickly. And those small things that go very, very, very unnoticed, if you actually looked across an entire year, those small things will outweigh and overpower all the large ones every time. It's so freaking amazing. And everybody's like, well, once you get strong enough, no, it won't. Actually, it will. Because if you are genuinely growing in power as a magician, the small stuff also grows in strength. So not only the big rituals are supposedly growing in strength, but the small stuff, it all grows equally. So the small stuff will always outweigh the big flashy BS, which is one of the lessons I think more magicians need to learn earlier, because so far too many people are trying to do these big, over the top workings to try and achieve a goal like a genie's lamp. It's like I'm going to do this one major work. I'm going to throw all this energy to it. My life's finally going to be better, and I'm not going to have to worry. Wrongo. It don't work that way. Good luck with that. But you could easily, far, far easier achieve that goal or get very, very close to it with the smaller stuff. And this is one of the things the dragons and the Greek entities, the Norse entities, the Celtic entities, um, many of the Mesopotamian entities, they've all constantly been drilling into myself and other magicians I'm aware of. And when you stop, sit back, and you actually look at that journal, and you understand what the data is, and you're actually tracking it, it is so easy to see how those little things add up. It's crazy. Um, I mean, okay, so blood magic is largely misunderstood. People want to believe that blood is some mystical, powerful uber component. Blood has energy in it. It can have intent in it. It does create a nice, potent thing. But honestly, it's not the big edge lord thing that a lot of people paint it as, especially in fiction and fantasy. So, can you use it in Dragon Magic? Absolutely. I believe in Dragon Magic 101, I may have even showed how you could do it. I know that in one video, I talked about how to use lancets, for example, how to use a diabetic lancet. And for those asking, no, the quantity doesn't matter. If you use a lancet, you go one little dab, that's all you will ever need. More does not matter. It's a waste. In fact, more is usually looked down upon across the board with entities. Um, so you can, but it doesn't matter. The blood won't change anything in dragon magic. Because dragons don't want offerings in a manner of worship. They don't need offerings in to feel powerful. They don't want offerings the way we would think of offering to a deity or an offering to even a mafia don, if you will. They don't give a crap about any of that. If you offer it to them like that, they won't take it, period. If you offer a gift to them as a thank you for helping, the same way you would offer your friend a pizza for helping you move. It's like, hey, let's do all the moving today. This afternoon, I'm buying everybody beer and pizza. That's the type of offering the dragons want. They want that friendship. They want that reciprocal friendship, that bonding, that caring. That's all they want. And if you offer it in that manner, they will take it. And they will take anything, whether it be pizza, whether it be a drop of blood, whether it be coffee, whether it be brownies. I know one guy, he actually offered happy brownies to the dragons once. Uh, which that meant something. That meant something. But the item itself in question doesn't really matter, but you can use it. And you can mix dragon magic with blood magic techniques in so many different ways. So if you can keep, so if there's really no reason. Like, you see these people getting out knives and doing all this stupid stuff. Don't do it. There's really no use to it. Even in spell workings, which specifically call, like, there are certain paths and spell workings outside dragon magic, for example, that will specifically call for those things. Even in that case, just one drop from a diabetic lancet is all you will ever need. If you use more than that, you're wasting it. No, like I said, they don't really care. It's just whatever you want to put up there, because a glass of water is just as valuable to them as anything else. They really do not care. In general, my offerings will usually look like dragon's blood incense, just because I like to light something that feels nice. Also keeps my area smelling nice. So that's one thing. And I will offer coffee, water, beer, mead, whatever it is that I'm actually partaking in that evening. It will be that thing. So actually, of late, like this week where I've been doing the carnivore, all I've been drinking is water and coffee. There's no alcohol allowed. So that's what I've been offering them as well. I've even offered them hot chocolate. I made hot chocolate one night, and I was like, you know what? I just did this working. I want to make sure, they know I'm thankful for them. So I gave them hot chocolate. Have fun with it. And every holiday, you know what? Like I said, at this point, they are family to me. So I will literally do like a holiday dish for them, whatever we're having. Make sure they get some of that too. It's pretty simple. See, when I offered Arachne her doll that I had clothed, all I did was call her in with a candle and say, "Hey, I clothed this doll, remind me of you." And now it's hard to find a statue for her. She's a hard one to get a statue for. She is. She really is. Made a couple of Xenox, I think that is. If I butchered that, I apologize. We're going to call you Zan because I can pronounce that, Southern or not. Hello from Panama. Hey, good to meet you. Mugs up. Love the hats. Can't afford them, but I love them. Good to meet you. Hope you're doing well. I know it's hurricane season around these parts. I think you guys share a hurricane season. If you do, stay safe. Okay. Or if you're like me, throw a hurricane party. That's what I did. Oh, that's what we used to do. Storms are coming, rains are blowing, everything's a blowing. Light the grill, have some beer, throw a party. Why not? Might not be here tomorrow. Let's see. Zan, a good ritual or practice when you want to accomplish a goal or learn something. So you're asking what a good ritual or practice would be. Oh man, that depends. Like for prosperity, and we do have a long-term prosperity spell on this channel that really works. I still use it to this day as I continue building more and more upon what I've already built. We also do have a financial playlist that can help in understanding those things. So, spell work that continues to build upon a goal can be a great one. We do have a video coming up in a few weeks. I think it's 17 habits to better yourself, something like that. Practicing all of those would also be a good one. I don't have the list here, so I can't ramble it off. I apologize. Let's see. So it really depends on the goal and what you're working for, because like if you're working for prosperity or financially, you can do things magically, but you have to have something out there to actually grow. It's like growing a plant. If I go outside and I water the dirt and it's just dirt, I got wet dirt. I have mud. Maybe I'll look up and have clay. Higher quality dirt, but it's still just dirt. If there's not a seed, if there's not a plant, if there's nothing to actually nurture and grow and apply the effort to, you come out with nothing. Magic works the same way. So when you're dealing with prosperity or another thing, you need to have something it can go to grow it. In the case of prosperity, you need to get out there, whether it be a job, a career, finances, investments, those kinds of things. You need to do it. That would be one thing. Another thing is you need, like, let's say you ain't got a job. Then you would do magic to track that, but you also got to get out and put those applications in so that it has something to, again, latch on to what draws these opportunities to you. And you also got to understand that sometimes there's a lot of times, actually, the opportunity presents and the person turns their back on it. And then, like, if you're trying, well, let's look at me right now. I'm working on getting in shape. So I am using magic to help with what I'm doing. And it shows because I'm down like 6 or 7 pounds this week and my energy levels are through the roof. But I didn't just use magic. I also made some lifestyle changes. The magic is just utilizing the other things to push that forward and help me through. I know a lot of guys do this with the gym when they're working out, whatever their goals. If they're endurance training, if they're trying to bulk, they will use magic to increase their results. You can't just like sit in a chair at a desk typing on the computer, use magic and expect to bulk up like Dwayne Johnson. It'd be nice, but it ain't going to happen. So it depends on your goal and everything, but do check through the different spells on the channel. We have a spell work playlist. Check those out. You can find some great inspiration in there, mate. Let's see. All right, where are we? We're at 56. All right, people are coming up on the end here. If you got any final questions, get them in there so we can get them done before Jade starts throwing clocks at us. Again, I will remind you all to check out the online school if you have not. We got some great classes up there. We do, again, reminder, we have a live workshop on kitchen magic coming up. I know people who have made fantastic practices focused on nothing but kitchen magic, and Jade has done a really good job with this. So I would encourage you all to get over there and sign up while seats are available. We are trying to get live workshops to, again, rolling to be more available. So keep an eye on the school. Go over there, check it out. We will be announcing them here as well, though, but it always helps to keep an eye there. I still think it will be possible for me to get the evocation course done this year. I really do. I might be a little later than I was hoping, but I think it will be doable. And then, of course, the shadow work course will be filmed, and I don't know what's getting filmed after that one. It's going to be Norse or Dragon Magic, and the entities will decide on that one. Maybe I'll have them get in a boxing ring and figure that one out. I don't know. They can solve that debate however they want to solve that debate. I don't care. They can do rock, paper, scissors for it. I don't care. I'll just be along for the ride. What else? Also, if you aren't a member of our gilded community, check that out. It's a wonderful community. A lot of great people in there. Also, you can find us on Rumble now. We are going to start uploading our newer content to Rumble as it comes out, or try to, in hopes, just to have a second area for our presence in case something happens. You all know how internet changes rules all these times and all this and that and the other. Realizing that I am an internet person, what do they call them? Content creator, influence, whatever they call these people today. And realizing that, for whatever reason, rule change, we could disappear. I wanted to make sure we have a backup. So just follow us there if you're interested. We'd love to have your support there as well. Just look us up, Working Dragon Mystic. Oh, there it is. Jade done beat me to that, so she's got that. What else do we get? Also, we did just recently cross 13K here at the channel. People, tell you what, let's see if we can make a push before Christmas or Yule, whatever you want to call it. Let's say before New Year's to hit 15K. I know it's a large push, but if you do, I will make it. If you get us to 15K, we will make it very much worth your while. So share the channel, share the videos anywhere and everywhere on your social media in order to encourage people to sign up and get us to that 15K. Because if we hit 15K, I promise to do something very, 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 very special for you all. Something you guys have been asking for quite a while. I think you'll really like it. All right. So as to the exact details of it, if you get us to 14K, I'll give you the details. If you get us to 15K, we'll be doing it. All right. Little mystery box there. All right, everyone. Let's see here. I know I saw a question pop up. Can you do a video on magic involving clocks? Maybe bring Jade. Actually, I probably could. Actually, yeah, I know a few things I can do with that. I'll talk to Jade. I will talk to Jade. Can dragons work with goetic entities and protect you from goetic demons if they become hostile or whatever? A lot of the fear factor around the Goetia is undeserving. I work with the Goetia all the time. I work with dragons all the time. I've never had an issue out of any goetic entity. Now, if you're following the Goetia and the Solomonic practice and you're threatening them and trying to bind them and force your will upon them and browbeating them the way that text is written, be honest with you, if you were to try that with me, I'd punch you in the face too. So I really wouldn't blame them for getting hostile, particularly in that case. But I work with them all the time, and most people I know, actually everyone I know who works with them respectfully, has never had an issue out of them. And yes, dragons will work with them. Will dragons protect you from an entity you pissed off because you were an idiot or you were disrespectful? No. Dragons will stand back and let you reap your rewards of something you did. If something is after you for no reason, which the goetic demons actually will not do because they're not actually demons, that's a newer word. They work goetic spirits. Those entities will not come after you for no reason. So in those cases, now, will they mitigate? Will they try to help you overcome the trials or tribulations that are dumped on you? Yes. Will they just stop it? No. Could they stop it if they wanted to or had reason? Yes. But again, if you did something to earn it, they're not going to stop a justified action. So if you screwed up and insulted somebody, you should probably go talk to them. Now, could you take one of the dragons with you and have the dragon there to help you in the talks? Yes, but don't expect the dragon to just take your side. Understand the dragon will middle of the road this negotiation. There will be a give and take. You're not going to get off scot-free. And honestly, if you want to get off scot-free from your problems, don't study magic. Linifang question: how can you work with the water element when you live in a city? Turn on your sink, get you a bowl of water. It's in there. It really is. It's that simple. Heck, you can actually reach out to the water element without even turning on your sink. The pipes around you in the building and under the street, water everywhere. If you reach out and feel for elemental energy of water, it is there. If you live in the South, it's in the air because of the humidity. Oh my God. So it is very, 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 very easy to find water anywhere, any place, whether it be plant life in the pipes. This concept that cities are somehow turned off from the elements is absolute bullshit. A city is no less magically attached or connected than any place else. There's no difference. There really isn't. They are more noisy, that is true, but they are not cut off energetically from anything. That is a very religious, dogmatic view of magic and energy. And as far as non-religious magic, that just doesn't hold up ever. So if you reach out and you work with it in those manner, it's there. It's in the pipes. It's in the air. It's in the weather even. Like if it's raining, that's water. If there's a cloud in the sky, clouds are made of water. So it's there. It's all around. You just got to stop thinking in the more narrow, has to be a natural body of water concept. There's plenty of water entities moving through those pipes daily. It's basically a freaking highway hub to many of them. So that'd be the easiest way to do it. See, Angela did a water jar. That's also a good one. Yeah, water jar. Jade Star clocks at me. Thank you, buddy. Had a river lake nearby. Go there. Natural bodies of water aren't needed. Like, seriously, they're really not needed. They're nice. They're fun. As someone who enjoys the wilderness, getting out and camping, I love them. But they are not needed. If you don't feel like going out or you can't get to a natural body, don't worry about it. Not an issue. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, usually it's our fear of them more than anything else because they really, yeah, they 9 times out of 10, all problems are usually our fault. Not afraid of more. That's good that you got over that fear. That is really good. All right, everyone. Looks like we're getting ready to wrap up. I do apologize, Jade, for sticking around 5 minutes after. Violet Star, take it easy. Am I missing anything? No. Okay, everyone. You have a fantastic week. Keep on doing what you're doing. Remember, it's okay to fall down. It's okay to fail. Just get back up and get going. The moment you give up, that's when you failed. If you fall down, if you mess up, you didn't fail. You use it as a learning experience to move forward. We all have to fail to some extent in order to grow. It's a natural process. It is part of the natural process, even. Just don't give up. Keep moving forward. We're all learning. We're all doing it one step at a time. Try to be a little better tomorrow than you were today. All right. And until next time, everyone, take care. Good night. Bye-bye.